Welcome to Moving and Living in Thailand, the complete guide, part 4. How much money you really need. If you want to see grown men turn into nervous wrecks, ask them how much money they need to live in Thailand, because everyone has a number, and most of those numbers are lies. Usually the ones men tell themselves just to justify a fantasy. Some say Thailand is cheap. Others say it's getting expensive. Some brag they live on $1,000 a month. Others claim you need $3,500, otherwise you'll be miserable. And the truth is simple. You can live in Thailand on almost any income, but you cannot live well on any income. And that's the part that nobody likes to talk about. And this isn't a backpacker guide. This isn't a budget blog trying to convince you that paradise here is free. This is the reality of what it actually costs, and not some brochure, not some version not some barstool version, not some delusional version. And this part cuts through all of that, and we're going to break down what you really need based on maturity and not fantasy. So if you want honesty, here it is. My name is Scott, and I am an American who has been living in Thailand for more than 30 years. I've been on YouTube for 13 years now, concentrating mainly on videos and live streams related to Thailand, Southeast Asia, and various other expat destinations around the world. But if you could do me a favor, please click like, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos or live streams. And if you need a consultation, email me at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. Okay, section 1. How much do I need? And that is the wrong question. When people ask, how much do I need in Thailand? What they're really asking is, how cheaply can I get away with living? And that is the problem, because Thailand is affordable, but affordability is not the same as quality of life. You don't want to move around the world, across the globe, just to recreate financial anxiety in a cheaper country. The more grown-up question is, how much do I need to live comfortably, safely, and without stress? And that number is higher than most people want to admit, but still far lower than in the West. Section 2, the 5 financial levels of expats in Thailand. Let's just get rid of the nonsense and break down these categories. There is, number 1, there is the bare minimum survivor. That's between 30 and 40,000 baht a month. These are guys who live in small studio apartments, cooking rice and eggs, buying Thai food all the time and praying that nothing goes wrong. They survive. They don't really live. They may not have insurance. They may have no savings, no social life beyond cheap beer. They're always watching their money, and there's no room for error. One emergency, and they are screwed. Number 2, the frugal but stable expat, that's 45 to 60,000 baht a month, and this is where life stops being miserable. You're still frugal, you're a little limited, and you're still cautious, but you are stable. And they may have a modest apartment, they have simple meals, they have occasional outings where they go places and do things. They have basic health coverage, and maybe they have a couple of hobbies. They're not suffering, but they are watching their spending. Number 3, the comfortable expat. 65,000, well, really, it's 60,000 to 90,000 baht a month, and this is where Thailand really starts to feel like Thailand. You have a nice apartment or condo. You have air conditioning you can actually use. You have quality food. You have basic private health insurance. You have travel on the weekends, hobbies, and you have a cushion in the bank. And most long-term happy expats fall in this category. This is the sweet spot. All right, number 4, the well-off expat. We're looking at 90,000 to close to 150,000. At this level, you can live pretty much anywhere you want. You can eat pretty much anything you want. You can travel often. You can buy quality goods. You don't really stress on emergencies, minor emergencies, mid-level emergencies, if you will. You can get very good health care, and you can support a partner comfortably. Life is extremely easy at this level, not flashy, but very comfortable. Then you have the fifth category, and that is the high-end expat, 150,000 and up. This is for people who want high-end condos or nice houses, frequent travel, premium healthcare, regular entertainment, imported goods, and they are financially generous, more generous than others. And it's more than most people need, and you can live very, very well without this much. Okay, so this is the highest level. Section 3. Section 3, the real cost of living, not the fantasy. And foreigners often underestimate how much things actually cost. So let's break down the categories. Housing in Bangkok. You want a small studio, 8 to 12,000. You want a decent one bedroom, maybe it's 12,000 to say 25,000. For 30 to 50,000, you get yourself a modern condo, and for 60,000 up, you're going to get a high-end building, high up. And if you're outside of Bangkok, everything drops roughly about 20% to 40%. Then you got food. If you eat Thai street food daily, you're talking about 6,000 to 10,000 baht a month. If you eat healthy, you mix Thai and Western food, it's 12,000 to 20,000. Now I can tell you, I spend close to about 20,000 a month, but I eat Western food. I almost never eat Thai food. And the reason is because I have particular specific foods that I want to eat, and I don't want to eat a lot of rice. I don't want to eat noodles. I don't want to eat all that stuff. I don't want all the oil. I want to know what I'm eating, so that's why I buy my own food, and that runs me, it runs about 20,000 baht. My wife probably spends another 10,000 baht, and that is for a family of 4. If you want quality meats, groceries, cafes, you're talking about 20 to 35,000 a month. I don't count the cafes with my food, but I probably spend somewhere around 3,000 baht a month on cafes. Anyone telling you that food is cheap here is eating like a backpacker. They're only eating Thai food. Okay, healthcare. This is where people really screw up because basic insurance is cheap. That's very basic. Good insurance is not. You should expect 2,500 to about 6,000 for basic plans, 6,000 to 12,000 for quality plans, and for out-of-pocket emergencies, at least 10,000 to 100,000 baht. And if you're older, if you're older or have some pre-existing conditions, the cost is going to jump. You cannot really skip health insurance in Thailand ever. You need it, unless you've got plenty of money in the bank. All right, transportation. If you're in Bangkok, BTS, MRT, you might spend 1,000 to 2,000. You might spend 3,000. Motorbike taxi adds up quick. Grab taxis, 3,000 to 6,000 a month. Motorbike ownership is relatively cheap. Car ownership is expensive, and there are costs attached to each of those. But it really depends on how much you travel. It is relatively easy to get around in Bangkok. There's also boat taxis. And entertainment and social life, and this is the silent killer. A few drinks and 1,500 baht is gone in a flash. Restaurant with friends, 1,200 to 2,500. A night out in Nana, don't even pretend you can calculate that because it's so much more than it used to be. I used to spend 3,000 to 5,000 a night, and this was 30 years ago. Okay, so imagine how much it can add up now if you're out really partying. Section 4, the traps foreigners fall into. Here's where the real money disappears. Number 1, thinking Thailand is cheaper than it is. It's cheaper if you live responsibly. It's more expensive if you live impulsively. Number two, no emergency budget. You need at least 30,000 to 50,000 sitting untouched always for emergencies. Number three, understanding medical costs. You're older here than you were at home, so be realistic. Number four, being too generous in relationships. Thai families can bleed you dry if you let them. Good families don't, but some will. So you have to be smart about your money. You need to remember that. Number five, having no plan for visas, because every visa requires money, documents, planning, and people who live paycheck to paycheck, they tend to suffer the most with this category. Number six, thinking $1,200 a month is enough or plenty. Not unless you are a monk. Section 5, what you really need to live well, and here is the real answer that no one wants to admit. The bare minimum when you're not stressed is 60,000 baht a month. That's about, well, it's a little more now because of the exchange rate, but let's say 60,000 baht a month. Okay, right now the dollar is pegged at about 31.1. So think about that. It's almost $2,000 a month. Comfortable with no major worries, you're looking at 75 to 90,000 a month. Very comfortable, easy life, that's 100 to 130,000. And these numbers keep you stable, legal, insured, mobile, healthy, well-fed, and hopefully out of trouble. You don't move to Thailand to live like a cockroach. You don't come here to live like Thais that you see. Oh, they live so cheaply. Well, they don't want to live cheaply, a lot of them. You move here to improve your life. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys freedom from stupid problems. Okay, number six, what you should absolutely have before moving. And this is where most people fail. You need an emergency fund, maybe 100,000 to 200,000 minimum. A visa plan, retirement, marriage, education, business, it doesn't matter. What matters is stability. You need health insurance. And if you skip this, especially if you don't have ample funds, Thailand's going to punish you at some point because one day when you least expect it, something might happen. All right, you also need to have a realistic budget. Not everything is cheap like the fantasy. You need income that you control, stable income. Social Security, pension, online income that is stable, dividends, anything reliable and stable. If you don't have these five things, you're not really ready to live here. Okay, section number 7, the truth about living cheap in Thailand. The people who brag about living on, say, $900 a month are lying. They're miserable, subsidized by a woman, unhealthy, one emergency away from homelessness, or maybe they're living like a ghost in their own life. There's nothing admirable about poverty tourism. You're not 20 years old in all likelihood if you're watching this, and you need stability, not survival. The truth is simple. Thailand is affordable, but living well costs money. And the men who thrive here, they plan, they save, they budget, they insure themselves, or they got plenty, and I mean plenty of money in case of an emergency. They avoid debt and they stay disciplined. And if you do it right, Thailand is the easiest place in the world to live. If you do it wrong, it becomes a trap disguised as paradise. So you should know your numbers, be realistic, and protect yourself. And that's the real path to a long, peaceful life here. If you want the extended version of this chapter with the more detail and a deeper analysis, it's available in the members section. Hit the join button below the video. Membership starts at just $1.99. That's all I have. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di leo jerken mai. That's good luck and see you again. Take care.